Tonight's show, we have artistic director and choreographer Khalid Freeman. And now for your host, KoolKard. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It is KoolKard on another episode of Kickin with KoolKard. This is episode 72, y'all. We racking them up. Hey, last week I had Siobhan Ashwood. She has a mastermind group for entrepreneurs, and she's doing great things. And what a mastermind group is, it's a support group for people, for like-minded people who are just trying to reach their goals, need to stay motivated, need to be around like-minded people, feel like they're part of a team to kind of push them forward and just keep them motivated. And y'all make sure you check her out. That was episode 71. All right. But this week, listen, we're about to get the step show going, the whole dance, fitness. I'm telling you, listen, you're in for a treat tonight. I got Khalid Freeman. This guy has been around the world. Literally, he's been around the world. He's doing phenomenal things. He's a great guy. Oh, man, I'm telling you, he has so much to talk about. Gonna drop some gems on you guys, man. So, hey, it's episode 72. Like I said, you never know who I might have on the show. So make sure you subscribe. If this is your first time viewing my show, I invite you to subscribe so I can continue bringing these great guests on here and providing value to you. I do it for you. Can't do it without you. I always say that, and I mean it. I mean what I say, y'all. But without further ado, we're not going to keep the man waiting. Let's bring him in with a nice warm welcome. Yes, indeed. Welcome to the show, my brother, Khalid Freeman.
Thanks, everybody.
Man, you are a dancing fool, and I mean that in a good way.
Right on, man. Hey, man, it's a pleasure to be here, man. I appreciate you having me on the show.
No doubt, man. Hey, I've known about you for a long time, been following your work ever since Stomp, man. Like, wow. Listen, that show was amazing. That blew my mind. Like, I had never seen anything like that before in my life. But listen, man. And we're gonna go back because I gotta pray, and we're gonna talk about all these great things that came out of COVID for you, just on a personal level and everything. But I just wanted to know real quick. You said that you started doing body percussion when you were a young kid, right?
Yeah.
So Stomp kind of like just fell in line. That was like perfect for you then.
Yeah. It wasn't like a new skill. I mean, I refined it and got better at it, but it was something I was already kind of doing. Yeah.
Yeah, that's dope, man. That's dope. We're going to jump back into that. But listen, first and foremost, before we get into this prayer, I like to start my show with a prayer real quick. But I just want to say congratulations. You're about to be a father. That's huge. Congratulations on your marriage. COVID has been good. And you just bought a new home, right?
I did, man. Right on. Thank you.
Life is good. You're blessed, brother.
Right on.
You're blessed, brother. Yes, indeed. Well, listen, I like to start my show. Are you okay with that? We cool?
Absolutely.
All right, cool. All right, let's get it. Heavenly Father, Lord Jesus, we just praying this and his greatness with the world. Heavenly Father, Lord Jesus, we just thank you for just allowing us to just share this moment in time together, Heavenly Father, Lord Jesus. We just thank you for this platform. We just thank you for life itself, Heavenly Father, Lord Jesus, and just for loving us, Heavenly Father, Lord Jesus. We just give you all the glory, all the love, all the praise, Heavenly Father, Lord Jesus. In your name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Allahu Akbar. All praise be to God.
Amen. But yeah, man.
Amen.
How's it feeling? Like you about to be a father, man?
Man, yeah. Of all the things I've accomplished, which is a lot, and I never would have seen myself being here and doing the things I did when I was 5 or 10 or even 25. The thing that I really wanted the most is to be a father. So I'm about to cross this next chapter with big arms. I'm so happy. I'm so excited. We're about 2 months. What we at? 27 weeks? What that? 13 weeks left. Okay. So I'm almost there. She's healthy and happy, man. And I'm just watching and enjoying every day of the process, man. Because when they say you got to be around for the moments, like the moments have already started, man. I'm like, I can't believe it, man. I get chills just thinking about like I'm 41 years old, bro, and I've been waiting to be a father all this time. So anyway, I'm looking forward to that, and my baby girl's on her way. So I got a lot of stories. The stories we about to tell tonight, I'm gonna tell them again and again.
Heck yeah, boy, she about to steal your heart, man. That's beautiful. That is beautiful. Hey, so now, okay, you say you're 41 now, right? You're starting a family. You got a wife, about to have a child. When the pandemic is over, are you still gonna tour?
You know what? That's a good question, and that's a question I gotta run by the wife. You know what I mean? Because it's not just me anymore, and I gotta make sure she's all right with me traveling. I went to LA just yesterday for the weekend. I was blessed to be able to work the Oscars.
Okay.
I was gone for 3 days, and my wife was like, "Baby, when you coming home? You ain't never home." I'm like, "It's 3 days. Like I'm used to being on tour for 3, 4, 5 months, a year, 2 years at a time. Like,
right.
So 3 days mean a lot. So I'm like, to get out the house and leave the baby and the wife behind might take a little bit of a begging. You know, I might have to get on my knees a little bit and help her. But I don't know. I definitely want to continue working and traveling. We love to travel. Okay. When and however I can take the kids and the family with me, that's probably how it's gonna have to be done.
Well, it's nothing new to your wife though, right? Because she was in Cirque. Is that correct?
Yeah, but she loves traveling too. She's from Russia, but she has been in Vegas for 14 years.
Okay.
So she
was stationary doing the Cirque.
Yeah, the first show she did for 5 years, Kidam, she traveled the world with that show. Okay. So she was on tour for 5 years, and then she's been here since as long as I've been here, since 06 or 07.
Okay. So did Stomp bring you to Vegas, and you just kind of
Stomp Out Loud? Yeah, Stomp Out. Just so you know that there's a difference, Stomp and then Stomp Out Loud, which is what Keith Middleton, wow, shout out to my dude. Wow and crazy. That's how, I knew him before that, but that's how we started working together. Stomp Out Loud is a larger version of Stomp. It's like the Big Brother, like 16-person cast. Okay. Versus the 8-person cast. That's the traditional show that we know off Broadway. So okay. Yeah. So
you were in. Clear that up. You were in which one?
I was in all of them. I was in the national tour, the Broadway show, the Vegas show.
Okay.
And then Europe. Yeah. So I was in Stomp and I was in Stomp Out Loud. The 2-year run that we had here, which was 2 years, which was too short. Let me say it was only 2 years. We should have been here longer. I was here for the entirety of that 2-year run. But then it started off as a 1-year contract, which turned into 2. But I would never move to Vegas. It was 2006 when they asked me to come. I was like, I'm 20. How old was I then? I guess I was 26, and I don't smoke, drink, gamble, sex, and rock and roll. None of that interests me. So Vegas was like the last place a brother like me that's Muslim and that whatever, that kind of behaves himself, let's just call it, would find himself like buying a house or retiring or working, or I should say. But yeah, that's what brought me here, and I just stayed, man. There's a lot of reasons why too,
Okay. So now the 2-year contract one, that's Stomp Out Loud? That's Stomp Out Loud?
That was Stomp Out Loud. So Stomp the show it was never in Vegas. Like
that's a Broadway. That's the off-Broadway in
It's off-Broadway, but it tours as well. There's like 5 companies or 4 or 5 companies sometimes at the same time that, do shows, whether it be in London, West End, or Broadway. But so Stomp Out Loud was like a dream. I don't know if it was a dream child of Luke and Steve, but it was definitely like a show. Actually, I got the trash can lid right there. I can show you. To kind of expand on his idea. He also did the Lost and Found Orchestra, and that was another experimentation in not body music, but just lost and found objects, everyday items. But Stomp Out Loud was like, I think any stomper like Keith or anybody, Carlos, all of them that was in Stomp and Stomp Out Loud would say that Stomp Out Loud was by far the best experience overall, not only because just having that much power, that much sound in the show, man, like on that stage, and being in a permanent venue where you don't have to get up and break this floor down, because the sound is the most important thing. And if you got changed venues and the acoustic, everything is always different every city you go to. But Stomp Out Loud had the perfect hall for that.
So how long did you do that in its entirety? Like not the 2-year run, but like across the board, whole Stomp brand.
Stomp 9 years. I did
9 years
total.
And that's what took you around the world. I know you did like some other things too.
Man, yeah, I did a lot of things, man. I did. Well, I started off as a Young American, which is an organization, nonprofit organization in California, Southern California. It's like the Godfather of show choir. So we do a lot of outreach tours. To teach and music theory, and just music and dance and theory, mic placement, technique, all this kind of improvisation from K to 12. So it's like a 3-day workshop where we were 18 to 21-year-old college students going to, it's kind of like a fraternity, like, contributing to the community, trying to keep K through 12 involved in music.
Right.
If they were deprived or had lack of funding in those schools. So we went to lesser funded schools to kind of like really show them what it was like to be in show business or to just be on stage. It was based around show choir and theater, not necessarily movie or television. Okay. That didn't come till later. But yeah, I started on tour with them. I did five tours with them, but total, I did 17 world tours now at this in this age. And I've been on 46 countries, but my favorite accomplishment is all 50 U.S. states. I don't know how many people can say they performed in all 50 U.S. states. I mean,
yeah, probably not many. Probably not many.
Yeah, so I've been on a few stages here and there. You know what I mean?
Wow, that's amazing. So when did it all start, like professionally for you? Like, how did you tell us how you landed the first Stomp gig?
Woo! Well, Stomp was a dream show. I saw Keith Middleton, Wild Child. I saw the Stomp Out Loud DVD. It wasn't a DVD. I'm sorry. It was a VHS tape back in '96. Over and over and over and over again. I was only in high school. I saw it so many times, and I saw Carlos Thomas, who's a stomper. Shout out to Carlos. He's like my big brother, basically. He was a Young American as well. So he was an alumni of the group, and he went on to do Stomp. And like I kind of touched on earlier, I was already in my step team in high school. I was already stepping. I was just step master, whatever. I was the head of the Black Student Union, BSU, all that stuff in high school. So when I got to the Young Americans audition and to the Young Americans group, I was using that as my skill / specialty, right? Doing stepping and body percussion. They were like, yo, you should meet this cat, Carlos Thomas. He used to be a Young American. He's in Stomp now. And I was like, yo, for real? And so Carlos actually came back to the Young Americans group to teach us some Stomp material for our upcoming show. So they put me in the front. I'm learning this stuff from Carlos, and I'm like in the front. I'm trying to shine. I'm doing my thing. And then Carlos was like, if you ever come to New York or whatever, you can audition. I'll put in a word for you. So basically it was Carlos and Coralisa De La Force, who was also a Young American, put in a referral, whatever. When I went to the audition, I did try out twice. Okay. The first time I didn't get it. The first time I got beat out by a guy you might know, Columbus Short.
Oh, wow.
Who we later on went on to film the movie Stomp the Yard. So yeah, so that was so anyway, so I got into Young Americans, and that's how I met Carlos and Coralisa. And then I auditioned for Stomp the first time in 2000. Was that 2000? Yep, in the year 2000. It was me, Jason Nias, and Columbus Short, who was up for the role of Particle Man. I want to say that in my mind, it was the three of us. And they had to pick one out of the three, because three black men that had skills that they needed for the role at the time, not knowing. Later you find out that, it was between y'all three, or we couldn't take three Particle Men. We only needed one. So It turns out Columbus got the gig. And then I went on to do other shows. I went on another world tour with another company. And then 2 years later, I went back to New York on my last $268 on a flight to New York, stayed on a room with Jason Nias to audition for 3-4 days, whatever it took to get into that show. And then that's how I got into Stomp. And it was like, I was 22 years old, dream come true. You couldn't tell me nothing. I was like, I done made it, Mom. I done made it. I'm off Broadway. I'm in New York. I'm here at the damn, the Orpheum Theater. What? Tell me what? I ain't did the biggest thing. Like I was on cloud 9, man. And then not only did I behave myself, but I was pretty good at what I did. And I ended up, not booking, but like staying on contract for over 9 years. So.
Wow. And by the time you got in, was Columbus already out? Was he gone?
Yeah, we kind of swapped, you know what I mean? So we kind of, handed it, I wouldn't say I took his place or nothing, but yeah, because they hired another group of 11 stompers to fill in all the spots for the company. Because at that time, everybody, it was jamming. Stomp was the hottest ticket, and we definitely needed a lot of bodies in all the different companies. So You know what? Give me 30 seconds. This phone gonna die. I got a little charger.
Yeah,
I'm
for
sorry,
sure.
y'all. Entertain them. KoolKard, yo.
You know I'm gonna do what I do. You know I'm
I'll
gonna
be
do
back
what I
in a
do,
second.
man.
Let me get this little charger.
Hey, listen, until he comes back, you guys make sure you guys click the link. The links in the description. Everything is there. He has his group Melody, which we're going to talk about. They have a website. He has his own website, KhalidFreeman.com, and he has his Soul Clap fitness website, which we're also going to dive into and talk about. So you guys can click those links, find out more information about that. Make sure you go and follow him on Instagram as well. That's at Khalid Freeman. It's spelled just like how it is in the lower third right there. So get that straight, get that right. Go follow him, show that love and support. He's amazing. He's doing amazing things. As you can hear, I'm just giving you roses right now. And oh, by the way, Keith and Carlos are watching, man. They're over in the comments over there. The OG Keith. I didn't know Keith was there before you like that. Keith the OG.
He's been there. Yeah, that boy put his stamp on that show, man, for sure.
Man, yes. He did it well. I think he said 19 years he was.
Man, he a lifer, man. But the thing is his legacy. Him and Carlos, they've left a mark, you know what I mean? And they still doing it in different ways. Like, I mean, I look up to him, both of them cats, man. A lot of brothers, man, that really paved the way, let's say, for cats like me that really just had that drive and whatnot. But Carlos hands-on, like, taught me stuff. Like, he was like, I'm gonna show you how to do these hands and feet. I'm gonna show you how to do these triplets with this broom. You know, and Keith was just like, wow, just being live. But we ended up doing a lot of work together. We went to Turkey, and yeah, we did a whole summer together in Turkey recently. So we definitely, you know, we all tight, man.
Okay, so y'all still working? You still like?
Yeah.
You still
I mean, I don't think there's, as far as Carlos, sorry, you know, give another shout out to Carlos Thomas. I don't know another brother that's more similar. That I mean, we have so much in common from the way we began, and then the route and the journey that we took from being, you know, I'm from Detroit, Albuquerque, high school, whatever, and him from upstate New York and doing his thing and coming out to California, a black man trying to sing in a choir made of, you know, a lot of white folks or whatever, let's just say. I mean, and then being that token, you know, bruh, and then going on to do Stomp and then everything else from teaching, because he does a lot of stuff with school and the kids, and I admire him for that. So, like, yeah. I digress, but yeah, them the bros right there.
Hey, speaking of Stomp, though, weren't you in Stomp the Yard as well?
Yeah, man. So, like I said, Columbus, you know, and Columbus was Particle, man, and he was in Stomp when they had the audition for Stomp the Yard. I don't know if he called me personally, but when I went to the audition, he was like, Kyle, I need you to audition, man. But, oh, no, I found out later. That's what it was. I found out later after the audition. Because I went there just like everybody else trying to get a part. Columbus was like, yo, I knew from jump that you was going to be on my team. I knew you was going to be a Theta. I knew you was going to be in the movie. I couldn't tell you, but you was already casted and you just had to go through the process. So I went through all them. Yeah, man. But talk about one of the greatest audition experiences, the movie itself, but like the audition, you know, the behind the scenes that people don't know is that you go to LA, man, and they want 40 black men to play these two different, you know, fraternities, right?
Right.
Everybody that ever lived in LA, I mean, as long as you looked like you could be in college, you know what I mean, you can play like 18 to 25 or whatever, man, everybody named mama came out. So the typecasting was like, if you're a female, that's tomorrow. Don't even, just get out the room. You ain't even supposed to be here, right? So they cut all the women, they just left. This is how typecasting go, right? The second thing they said was like, if you look like you over 25, peace and a bye-bye. Like, you too old to be in this movie. It's a college movie, so get gone. If you ain't black, you got to get gone. Like, no hard feelings. If you ain't got the, you know, it is what it is. We doing a black university, you know, whatever. So that was like cutthroat. It's kind of good that they do that because you don't waste people's time. So now you got like about a good 80 to, you know, still got an 100 bros in this building, right? Auditioning in a sweaty Millennium, back in the day, old school Millennium studio, auditioning for all these roles in this, you know, movie. And when it got down to like, you know, we learned the choreography, they, you know, one group at a time, man, we got down to like, we still needed one more guy. This wasn't me. I was in like Flynn. I got in like, you know, round 2 or whatever, but they still needed one more brother. and it was this guy named Nate and Eric or whatever, and they had to go head to head because you just had to do the step over. And they would go by. You had to hold your pose, and if they tap you on the shoulder, you had to go home. You was out.
Oh wow!
And there was like a way, so you just hold it, hoping they don't. And if you stayed, they would just eliminate to get down to who can do it better. And it was because stepping is audible, acapella. I'm sorry. You can't lie your way through that audition.
Right.
You can't fake that you got it. A lot of times you can like let the music take you all freestyle and do a little. Yeah. If you step in, which is what I love about body percussion in general, is that you can't. Music don't lie. You can't lie. Math is music and music is math. All that stuff.
Yeah.
If you ain't making the beats and you ain't doing it, we gonna hear it. We gonna see it.
Right.
So they doing the step. They doing it. Break it down. They was tapping brothers, man. They was leaving. I was like, damn, man. And they got down to, they picked me. I was over on the right side of the house, and they was over there. There was 2 brothers left, and they was like, okay, whoever messed this up is gonna get the part. And my man Nate, I was like rooting for him. Boom. He's like, damn, man. He got back to position, and he was out. I was like, damn, cold-blooded.
Damn.
But the experience really let the world know like how hard stepping was. So anybody that got that movie and those parts, they realized, man, stepping ain't easy.
Right.
Because a lot of these cats were LA dancers, that were learning how to step for the first time or just kind of trying it at the audition, see how much they can get. Man, we got to freaking Atlanta and the truth was laid out. Like, you ain't got it, go over there. And they put the first row, and things like that. So that's how I kind of got the shine. And Columbus knew, he's like, yo, put Khalid in the front. He gonna be brother Khalid Greens. And that's where I got my whole nickname and everything.
I was gonna ask you about that.
Yeah, man. If people watch the movie, they know I'm brother Khalid Greens. Give me that beat one time. And for those fans out there that love the movies, because there's a lot, it's like a cult classic now, man.
Oh yeah.
The cats that love that movie, I'll tell you something about the ending that people might not know. The director told us when we got down to the tiebreaker, it was time to figure out the winner. Everything that we had prepared for in the movie, choreography wise, he said, forget it, don't use it, it's not gonna work. Like, I want y'all to make it up on the spot right now.
Wow.
So you got 5 minutes to talk amongst your bro, Khalid. And when we say action, we would say, brother Khalid Greens, and y'all just follow him. And they said, give me that beat one time. And we just winged it. Wung it. That is not a word. We winged it. Chicken wangs. We wanged it. And sure enough, man, it just went as planned. And it was like a real competition. And I tell you another thing they don't know is that they separated us into different hotels.
Yeah.
You had the Thetas in one and the Gammas in another. And Chuck Maldonado, who's the choreographer, was with us in our hotel, and he was our leader or whatever. And Brian White. And then you had Dave Scott, who was the other choreographer. I think he was in the other hotel. And we were like never saw each other on the set and off the set until it was time to go to rehearsal.
Wow.
And one first rehearsal, they battled. They was like, all right, tomorrow, or let's say today, we're gonna have the Thetas show us what you prepared, and the Gamma show us what you prepared. And the first day, I was like, oh snaps! Because the movie is, as you know, the Thetas win.
Right.
But in the first rounds, we get our ass whooped by the Gammas, right? So that's how the stuff that they prepared was so fire, man. I was like, damn, man, they get all the good steps. I was like, man, Chuck, man, why you give him all the good stuff? He said, man, that's just the way the movie. And I was like, man, y'all know we can step better than, like, for real. I was genuinely ready to beat their butt. I was like, man, they can't step. They ain't a bunch of LA dancers, man, whatever. Like, let's go, man. Me and Lil C and whoever, you know what I mean? Because we had Lil Luda. Lil Luda, he was dope. And anyway, so Chuck was like, man, make something up, and then we're going to do the next scene. And that's when I made some of the stuff up for Hot Wings was in that. I did some stuff for the movie, whatever. And we did our thing, man, and we came back, let's just say.
I got to go back and watch that, man, now that you done told me some inside
man,
scoop.
When you look at all them, like, just like we on stage, and Columbus is doing the fast triplets, and that's that stuff he learned in Stomp. Let me see. You know when he does that?
Yeah.
All that stuff, he learned that in Stomp. Like, and he's a drummer too, so he's definitely got the rudiments and the skills for all that. But a lot of steppers don't know how to do what we do. Like, so me and Columbus basically brought the world of Stomp two-stepping in a sense that like, oh, okay, so there's more possibilities and there's more vocabulary, let's say, in the world of body percussion or percussive dance that steppers don't necessarily know about or understand or like or want to do or whatever. Yeah. And they stick to the traditional, not trademark, what's the word? Signature steps that they're taught, right?
Right.
So when we were stepping, they was like, yo, I don't know what this brother Khalid Green's like. He on another level. And I give props to, once again, Columbus and it's Carlos and Keith and all the Stomp family who taught me how to use dynamics and 6/8, different time signatures and things that really you wouldn't find in a traditional step show when it comes to like, because yeah. And so I was bringing all kinds of stuff, and to this day I've just gotten more and more exposure to different styles of percussive dance, and I've tried to put all that into my work. What I do as a musician, and I consider myself a musician, and we all should. All these dancers that are body percussionists, or even whatever, like the way we hear music, the way we produce music with our body, makes us an instrument, makes us a musician. So I don't let nobody pigeonhole me or hey man, you're a good dancer. Like, well, I'm more than just a dancer. Yeah. I'm a percussionist. I'm an artist. I'm a musician. So, yeah.
That's crazy, man, because I never looked at stepping, as body percussion. I didn't even know that. I didn't even know.
Look, man,
that. You know what I'm saying?
Well, a lot of people just say used to the terminology, and like, and that's all right. That's fine. But maybe that's why I'm here. That's what I do. I teach this a lot. I talk a lot about the difference between stepping and body percussion and all the percussive dance styles that are umbrellaed by body percussion. So if you think your body is an instrument, so we walk around with our body knowingly or unknowingly wearing an instrument.
Right.
When you learn how to utilize that tool as an instrument, you can it just unfolds the world of possibilities. Like, oh, snaps. If you just snap it, I'm making music, right?
Yeah.
Simple. Wow. And then anybody can do that. You just gotta have someone. You just gotta learn it, right?
Yeah.
So we all have, God willing, we all have 2 hands and 2 feet and a heartbeat and all that kind of stuff, and we can kind of create these sounds. So, you're a musician, man. If you're a stepper, you're a musician. If you're a body percussion, if you do tap dance, ketchak, hand bone, man, patting juba, there's gumboot, there's a lot of forms, haka that use strictly your body as an instrument. You're a percussionist. Because as we know, and what we teach in these schools, the kids is like the definition of percussion or whatever is when you take one object and you strike it against another object and it makes a sound. That's all it is. It's a simple definition, and that means anything can make percussion. Now you put rhythm to it, beats and rhythm and times and all that. That's where music comes in. But percussion doesn't even necessarily have to be, anyway.
Rhythmic.
Yeah.
Right.
Rhythmic or whatever, yeah.
Yeah. So, hey, tell me about MC Hammer, man.
What? Oh, wow. MC Hammer. First of all, I love MC Hammer. It's funny you bring that up. It's like of all the people I work with, I was Hip Hop International. Hip Hop International is a dance competition that is one of the most, I don't know, at least at the time, prestigious is the word I think I'm looking for, event for hip hop crews and even solo battles and stuff like that to come to Las Vegas for their final. So it's the world championship of hip hop dance, right? It's called Hip Hop International. And MC Hammer in the year 2009 was getting a Lifetime Achievement Award at this event. And we were asked to dance for him. So they had me on stage doing all the MC Hammer moves and stuff like that, and for him and whatnot. So that's the story. But it was an honor to work or to dance with and for him. So that's all I know. But other than that, like I'm a big fan, and I was kind of giddy, because as a dancer I was born in Detroit. I'm 1980.
Okay.
Right. So my first concert I ever been to was Bobby Brown. So if you think about, and Bobby Brown was huge, right? You got that was 1991. I couldn't go see Michael Jackson in concert. My mom and daddy said I was
that the Don't Be Cruel? Is that the Don't Be Cruel?
Yeah, that was like Tenderoni. Right? Yeah, man, he was bumping and grinding. I was 11. I'm like, why he half naked, mama? Why he? He just is, scandalous and you know, but he's very talented, obviously. But yeah, my point was that MC Hammer, Bobby Brown, Kool Moe. I'm trying to think who I was inspired by. Like there was a lot of cats that I was like into. You couldn't tell me nothing that MC Hammer was one of the most electrifying performers, let's just say. So I wanted to be like Bobby Brown, MC Hammer, Michael Jackson. I wanted to be like the big dogs. You know what I mean? And I don't know. That's a random question. I don't know. I haven't talked about MC Hammer in a while. But my first concert was I think it was 1991 at a Bobby Brown concert.
Bobby Brown?
Yeah.
That's dope. I got threw you off with that MC Hammer, huh?
Yeah, it's all good. It's all good.
Dug in your crates.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, we're gonna talk a little bit about your Soul Clap fitness, but before we talk about that, let's talk about the Super Bowl.
Okay. You digging in all my crates.
Digging it all. How did that happen? Like, what was that experience like? What was your contribution? Talk about it.
Well, okay, right on, man. Well, I did the Super Bowl twice. I did Super Bowl 50, which was the big one because it was 50. The number stands out, as well as it was Beyonce, Bruno Mars, and Coldplay. And then I did Super Bowl, this last one, what is that, 50, oh boy, LV. How many, what is LV? The 55? I think it was Super Bowl 55. So
yeah.
That is, that was with, you know, The Weeknd. So I've done it twice. And prior to that, I did a movie about a Super Bowl, about a football game called Billy Lynn's Long Halftime Walk.
Okay.
Maybe not have seen it. It's Vin Diesel. It was a movie about a soldier who comes home from the war after, you know, being a hero and everything, getting awarded with this, you know, a medal at a football game halftime show with the soldiers walking on the field. So I did that movie with a woman named KP. KP hired me on. It was in Atlanta as well. Okay. And that kind of that team of people, KP's team, she kind of hires, like, you know, like when you know somebody, when you do a good job, they keep hiring the same people. So I got in bed with them, and they kept hiring me for the last 5 years in all these different program games, as well as the Oscars that I just did was the same people. So basically, she likes working with Young Americans, which is, once again, the singing group in California. Okay. And because Young Americans know how to make it work. You know what I mean? We know how to do all aspects of theater. We're kind, we're nice, we're outgoing, and we're personable. We're teachers, we're performers as well. But we know how to do, you know, stage, everything from rapping a cable to, you know, mic placement techniques, singing, dancing, acting. So she knows that if I ask a Young American alumni or whatever to do these jobs, it's gonna work. We're gonna make it work. If there's a problem, we can solve it. And we make a great team, and her team is, you know, tightly knit. And that's who hired me on as a choreographer of the Super Bowl. So I just basically, my job, my contribution is just to kind of move people and from one side of the field to the other. Like I was on the field direction team. Okay. So our job is basically, we're like 10 people basically in charge of different quadrants or different portions of the field. Okay. And either teaching them the choreography, which is the kind of the easy part, but the hard part is getting them to the right part of the field, understanding what the hash marks and the mark, you know, the being field savvy. Mm-hmm. Because if you're a dancer, you know stage left and stage right. You don't know, you know, well, you know the end zone, but you got to know that the 50-yard line is center field. Like, you know what I mean? There's just different terminology. It's not the same as a stage, right? Because it's in a round and all this stuff. So learning, making sure they go to the right place, and it's live, and you can't mess up. You ain't no take twos. So once we break, everybody run into the stadium, we got to make sure everyone's in the spot. So it's kind of a hectic, organized chaos, but we make it work, man.
Okay. Cool, man. So, the Oscars, that was part of the same thing, right? She hired you on, got you out.
Yeah, she hired me on once again to do a mass movement of people. You know, like this one doesn't necessarily take dance steps choreography to teach them, but we got to choreograph movement, right? Choreography is more than just dance, right? Yeah. So you got to organize. The commercial is 3 minutes and 20 seconds. So we got to get, you know, Tyra Banks, we got to get Halle Berry from her seat, and we got to get her off over here, and we got to get someone else into these seats for the next award, because the category and the way the camera, like the cameras got choreography, they got to get through the aisles, and they got to get over there to that actor, and then once the next category is done, we got to have a full house so the house looks good.
Also,
But with this particular challenge, it's an operation, man, because we in a different situation with COVID. So we got people. The house can only hold 170 people. It's different than the Kodak Theater where you have you can see everybody. You can see everybody in their seat. You just rotate accordingly. But this is like you got people, like great people. Like we got Daniel Kaluuya on standby in the waiting room. Like you gotta, where he gonna stand? Like he over there just kicking and waiting for the category. So anyway, so you got to put them in places and try to make sure we watch tables down. Like it's a lot because it's COVID and all this stuff. So
hey,
we pulled it off, man.
You know what I was gonna ask you too, because we didn't speak about Melody, because that's another a limb of everything that you do. Was Melody birthed out of Stomp?
No. We kind of reunited in Stomp because me, Jason, and Antoine. So Jason Nias is the founder. He's the founder and creator, the artistic director of Melody. Me and Antoine Davis, we are like his sidekicks. We're the vice presidents and choreographer of Melody. And Jason started that in college. And all three of us are but we lived in Albuquerque, New Mexico during high school.
Oh, wow.
So a lot of people were like, yo, Albuquerque? Like, that's where the greatest step team of all time came out of. Like, yeah, we came from Albuquerque doing high school step shows out there. And then that was obviously I'm 41. That was 98. I was in high school, 96, 97, 98. Whatever.
Did you ever venture into El Paso, Texas? I used to live out there.
Oh, man, nah. I've been there for a different show. Actually, I had a really big show. Melody did a big 30,000 seat show in El Paso.
Was that like at the Civic Center or something?
Nah, it was outdoors for a festival, man. It was like anyway, different story. You see, my brain can't go back that far. But it was Melody was started on the campus of UNM, University of New Mexico. So long story short, in 2000 we kind of did shows there. And then it took till 2007 for us to kind of get back together in Vegas for the Stomp Out Loud show, because the three of us got hired into Stomp Out Loud.
Oh.
And we was like, yo, let's bring Melody to Vegas, man. Let's just do it here. Like,
right.
So we were like, we mounted up. We started auditioning, got some cats to get together, and let me see. This is one of the original casts. I got the poster. I'm still moving into my house, y'all. So I got stuff on the floor. This is supposed to go up on the wall. If you can see Melody. These cats, anyway, we a group of mixed race, mixed size, mixed co-ed, all that, and that's the beautiful thing, man. I'll tell another story about body percussion versus stepping traditional style, fraternity sorority style. A lot of fraternities obviously have, like I said, have their signature. They have all their values and the core, beliefs and things that they do, so they stick to theirs, right? Everyone, it's like it's a camaraderie thing. It's like a group of brothers that get together and they're gonna rep that particular frat or sorority. Now with Melody, you can be black, white, female, male. You can be a drummer. You could be all kinds of stuff. So we collaborate a lot, and so it brings a lot of dynamics to the art form, and it basically, what's the word I'm looking for? Expands. You can stretch it in all kinds of ways, you know what I mean? But yeah, Melody came out of Albuquerque, New Mexico, man.
Okay, I was wondering about that because I did know that a couple of them were in Stomp with you, so I just thought maybe that kind of was birthed out of that because it's similar. I mean, the dance is one because it's you. So, but yeah, so that clears that up for me. Cool. Hey, how did you decide that you want to get into the fitness world with fitness?
Can I be honest?
What's up?
Okay, so I was dancing. I was on a tour with Michael Jackson, the Cirque du Soleil show. Okay. And we work hard, right? Dancers, we put in the most work, the longest hours, the most physical. We're like athletes too. Dancers are athletes, and it takes a lot to do what we do. And I love and will fight for dancers to the end of the day. But we get the low end of the stick financially or, benefits, whatever. I said, man, if I got to keep doing this, I'm 27. How old was I at the time? Anyway, I was 30. Anyway, I was 30. I was in my 30s. I said, I can't do this forever. I heard the fitness Man, fitness, it's a bigger industry. There's a lot of people, there's a lot more money to have been made. In my mind, I was thinking at 31 years old, whatever. I was like, I can't sell my dance classes fast enough, as much as I can sell fitness. Because when I did my, business plan, they ask you all these questions, look at demographics and what's your, I was like, man, there's that many millions of people that go to the gym, and let's go into the fitness world. So I was thinking about, I already do. And it was Travis Payne, who's the Michael Jackson's choreographer. Big shout out to Travis Payne, who kind of, along with my assistant at the time, inspired me to continue and to go into doing fitness with Soul Clap Fitness, right? He said, yeah, man, you're a great teacher, you're a great dancer, you love the camera, and nobody can do what you do. So if you do that in fitness, everyone's going, flock to that, you know what I mean? Because it's something different. Zumba has already had its run, even though they still killing it in the game. But, there's only so much Zumba people can do. Let's see if we can add something new to the thing. I said, well, stepping. And another thing is that stepping is so physical, right? Yeah. And body percussion and step. I was like, man, this is a workout. I was in Japan doing some workshops for some stepping master classes, and they were just reacting like, oh my God, this class is only 20 minutes in. I'm sweating already. I'm like, oh, I guess that is kind of a workout. Like, I don't think twice about it because I do it for a living. So I forget how rigorous it is. And I was like, man, I bet you if we turn this into a, calisthenic like workout act, whatever, I could probably make some money out there, you know what I mean, whatever. So not only that, but actively spread the word and the love of body percussion. So Soul Clap Fitness, the name itself, does embody who I am and what I do. Soul, the music is definitely soul, 60s, 70s, and 80s soul music. Okay. And I'm an old soul. Keith will tell you, you know what I mean? And clap is body percussion. So if you clap, it's the percussion part of it. And fitness is the aerobic and the benefits. Like, so Soul Clap Fitness was definitely birthed out of like the music that I love. I'm in shape. I love working out. I love dancing with the fitness and as well as the body percussion. So, okay. I was trying to just kind of do something different. You know what I mean?
I got a little clip to give everybody a little taste of.
Okay.
So yeah, let's nice little segue. Let's get to that real quick. Check us out, y'all. This is Khalid doing his Soul Clap Fitness class. So y'all check it out.
On that, man. That's what's up. It's my baby, man.
Yeah, man.
Soul Clap is my baby.
Yes, indeed. And you partnered up with how do you pronounce it? Neo U. Neo U. Yeah, and you run classes. Well, you do classes on their platform too,
so
right?
Yeah, they're on demand fitness on demand app that provides access to all the different forms of fitness and aerobics, from yoga to meditation to dance and all this stuff. So I came in as a dance fitness instructor to teach on their platform, which if I can get into a little bit, like the challenges of being an entrepreneur or fitness, the music licensing was the biggest challenge and still is.
Always is.
Find a way to do music that people love and know, and sell it without, or not even sell it, but to because we teach in the gym, so they have a licensing umbrella that allows me to do the Shaka Khan, and the wannabe, the Michael, whatever, starting something. But in on my Soul Clap Fitness, like this clip you just showed, that was a video, that was a music that was customized. How do you call it? That's like we made together. We made, and the classic songs, like I said, we couldn't really do on the website, so I outsourced to Neo U, and they had an umbrella. Okay. So I was able to kind of teach the songs that I wanted to, what I mean, that really were the 60s, 70s, and 80s soul classics that people recognize on their platform, and so that's a beautiful collaboration.
That was kind of like your loophole to.
That was kind of like my way to be able to do that. So unless you come to the class or you become certified online or in person, or have a certain subscription, you are not able to view the songs that are copywritten because it's on the back. We don't put it on the website like that. We do it on a different platform. You know what I mean?
But you do sell fitness videos on your website as well, correct?
We do on soulclapfitness.com. You can go there. There's 3 different packages that we have for the cardio. So cardio is going to have your music, and you're gonna be able to dance along with me, like yelling at you, having fun, whatever. And then you're gonna have the acapella version, which is called Become the Music. So that's where I teach like little 4-bar patterns of body percussion for those who are kind of more on that. I just want to do some stepping or body percussion. Yeah. And then you got your behind the scene. What's the third? Yeah, all three. Then you can get you can get both packages, and then behind the scenes, like what is it? Not behind the scenes. What is it? Khalid Unplugged. That's I think what we called it.
Okay.
So yeah, Collard Greens Unplugged. So we also have that level 1, 2, and 3. So level 1 is lettuce, mixed greens is level 2, and collard greens level 3. So I try to be clever with the with the progression there.
That's dope. That's dope. I like that. Hey, so I wanted to talk about you were saying something on Instagram. You have pictures of your home, which is beautiful, by the way. Your home is crazy.
Thanks, man.
But you were saying, you said something in the caption where you were like, for all the people who told me I couldn't make money being a dancer.
Oh man.
Talk about that, because there's a lot of people out there who are discouraged by their loved ones, their sister, their brother, their mother, their father, their aunts, their grand. You know what I mean? They tell them like, listen, you sure baby, you sure you don't want to do this because I
hope God can talk. Hopefully God can talk through me and help me get this message out to y'all the right way, alhamdulillah. Because
let it flow.
I'm gonna say, man, that like if you're a dancer and you want to work, you want to be a dancer, do that. I'm never gonna say y'all can't dance, you can't be that, what you want to be. Anybody should be telling you that. If nobody is supporting you like that, they not in your corner. And Allah, we believe that, when we get to heaven, inshallah, God willing, you might not be, you're gonna be in a different form, spiritual form, right? You're not gonna be in this skin, in this body. So your brothers and sisters and mothers and friends who you think are your friends, it's a different world up there, right? How do I say, like, so we live this life according to Allah, to God's plan, and even your closest family member can be the one that's hurting you the most. And that's hard to say, man. It's hard for people to realize, like, your girlfriend, your boyfriend, whoever, is going to say, yeah, I don't know. But I'm not saying you got to cut them out your life, but you got to stay focused on what you want to do. And I was told, not only as a male dancer back in the 80s, when, not to say being gay wasn't like, it was taboo or whatever, like they would call you gay, or they would say that you, that's for girls, or that, you ain't gonna make no money doing that, like play sports, man, you ain't, like we hear, like, just this narrow-minded, mentality that families have, that schools have, that they teach us in school. They teach us that we gotta go into debt and do all these other things because that's what the society, just running in circles, man. Like if you want to pursue that, and that's what I did, man. I was watching Bobby Brown. I said, man, I want to do that. I want to do that. I don't care what nobody say. My dad, was like, don't go into music, drumming, I said, I want to be a dancer and an actor and a singer. Because I thought Bobby Brown was an actor and MC Hammer, because they did the little videos.
Yeah.
You watch the little MC Hammer time, like, oh, he's an actor, man. So I was like, I want to be an actor, dancer, singer. And I want to win not the Oscars, but what's the award, the Tony Award. I was like, I was all into it. I was like, that's what I want to do. My dad said, well, pick one, but maybe you shouldn't do any of that. But there, after all these years, man, I'm on my 4th house, on my 3rd paid off car. Like, you know what I mean? I'm not trying to brag or whatever, but like, I learned how to save, and all of this I did all this with my feet and my hands and my heart. You know what I mean? God gave me the tools in this body, and I danced my black ass off, man. I was, I put food on the table and clothes on my back, and I didn't go to nobody's 9 to 5. The last 9 to 5 job, I was, I think, In-N-Out Burger. I was working in '98, and I was like, I ain't worked a regular, if you want to call it regular. I don't work because I have fun, man. I love dancing, I love performing, I love teaching, and I do it like wholeheartedly, and I don't feel like I'm at work. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, I would say, like, for sure, man. Like it's not about how much educate. Like I'm not saying you shouldn't go to college or school or nothing, but as a dancer, you got to be smart though. You got to be a smart dancer. People, Carlos and them would tell me, man, you forever working, man. You always working. I was like, because I'm smart. I make good choices. I'm coachable. And this is my advice to anybody listening, man. I would say, like, if you want to be a professional dancer, show up, be accountable, be professional in the sense that, you know, you don't be late for stuff, and be coachable. You know, if nobody can tell, if you think you know everything and you got it, I figured out, like, I don't know, man, I already know how to dance. Like, nobody want to work with that. And that goes for any occupation, I guess, right?
Yeah,
so,
for sure.
yeah, man, that's what I did, man. And I just, like, I learned how to listen, man. I learned how to be a follower, and then I was a good leader. Inshallah.
Man,
Like,
well said right
alhamdulillah.
there. You gotta learn how to be a follower in order to learn how to be a leader. How are you gonna lead the people that's following you if you've never been there? You don't know what they're going through. You don't know what they're feeling. You don't know what they need to be led. You know what I'm saying? So,
Real talk.
yeah.
Yep.
Well said. Well said.
Thanks, man. Thanks.
Man, yeah. You listen, man. You did it. You did it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm still doing it, man. I mean, like I said, I got a few more years in the tank. I mean, I ain't gonna limit myself because there's some cats like Poppin' Pete still doing it at 60. Like, I'm like, oh my God, if I can do this till I'm 60, oh man, that's gonna be what's up. Now, yeah.
What type of? Let me ask you this: what type of wear and tear on your body does it have, though?
You know what? That's funny you say. I was just thinking about, you know, all the stompers that have had injuries and all the dancers that have had injuries. Cirque du Soleil, right? I worked for Cirque du Soleil for 7 years. I don't know. I did a lot of work with Cirque, and I've seen a lot of. You go to the physio room in Cirque, and you see all the different ailments, man. You'll see people healing. Everything from torn ligaments to like knees, shoulders, you know, neck, like you just like, what? How did your finger get bent back? Like, so you can break anything in your, obviously in these shows and stuff, and you got to take care of that. Eat well, sleep well, drink water. But the wear and tear is different for everybody across the board. It's, you know, don't think you're gonna go through this without any kind of bruises, right? And a lot of dancers, is something you might appreciate too. Like when you watch these award shows, you know, these performances, the dancers, they are all nursing something, just like a football player, right?
Yeah.
You watch somebody play football game 16 weeks in, they like, man, my shoulder, and they still playing the game. Like dancers go through the same type of beat down, you know, and I don't know. God is good, man. God is good. He gave me the strength to push through all my pain, and I haven't had any really bad injuries, nothing to like take me off the field or off the stage entirely. Like I've missed 4 shows in Cirque du Soleil. 4. That's a very small amount. I missed maybe 8 shows in Stomp, like in 9 years. Like I was a iron horse. What they call it? Not Iron Man, workhorse, whatever.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I don't know. I was able to, but my knees starting to give out. It's starting to like to hurt a little bit. I gotta sit down a little bit slower now.
You gotta ice them things on up now, huh?
Yeah, man. I grunt a little bit differently.
Well, what if acting takes off for you? Because that's like your newfound. I don't want to say newfound, but it's like you've developed another. It's like you shifted a gear, and now you're like really going hard at acting. I should say, right?
I do feel that way, yeah, man. And it's kind of like a pivot that we all do. I mean, it's a natural progression, and it's funny. I've seen other cats do like Columbus, and when he went into acting, I was like, man, but you a dancer, like you known for that, like you great, you were, you know, Britney Spears, like how you gonna be, like I didn't even see that coming,
right? And
so now I understand, and now I'm actually into that, and it's not that much different than being a performer on stage. It's just doing it for the camera and telling a story, right? You're telling a story at a different medium, right? You're trying to do it through a lens, and it kind of comes natural for me, and I love it, and I'm getting better every day, and I'm pursuing it. And I got people in my corner. See what I mean? Like I got people that support me. I'm not gonna let the naysayers like tell me I can't act or that whatever. I'm too old to get started in acting. Like you don't gotta be a child actor. Like watch it. No, because I know I'm. You know,
art imitates life. So it's whatever age. You're never too old to be an actor. I'm sorry. Whatever. There's always a role for you.
And call me clever, smart. Like it's kind of, you know, like it's a natural way. Like I said, my body can only do so much. We have a clock. What is the word? You know, we have our body has a clock on it as far as being on an excellent level, like on that perform. Like I'm always gonna dance, but on this high level that I'm at right now, like you can't maintain that for too long. So naturally, I went into acting. So yeah.
Yeah, set this clip up, man. I got a clip we want to show here. So you know what it is. Set it up for the audience.
So I made a clip with Billy McNamara. He's a really great actor. He's actually my coach, my acting teacher, one of them. And I did a scene for my acting reel, and it's a scene. I'll let you watch a little bit of it. Just a scene that it's a dramatic, portrayal of a assassin using some drugs in a wine glass, whatever. But yeah, it's kind of cool, man, to try to be on scene. Like, so yeah, check it out. Be trying to be serious. I know I'll be funny all the time, but just be trying to be serious.
All right, let's check it out, y'all. Got him. No, that was a great job. That was a great job.
I mean, that was my first scene. So I've been working on scenes since then. That's almost a year. During the pandemic, man, I picked up a lot of classes and picked up this skill, this love of acting. You know what I mean? Like, I'm taking it seriously. I was really into it. Like, for a year straight, I was in classes, and then the pandemic hit, and then we kept doing it. I saw a lot of it on Zoom and stuff. But yeah, man, now I got me a little SAG, eligible situation. I got a manager, agent, headshots, resume, man. They gonna see me differently. Give me another year. Watch. Give me another year. You're gonna see me. Maybe I'm gonna walk down the Oscars. Maybe not a year. Yeah. Right. Yeah. We'll see. God gonna find a way for me.
I mean, you're right there in Vegas. You're gonna go back and forth to LA and do some auditioning.
Yeah. They sending me to LA. But lately, it's really fortunate to be. Everyone's used to the Zoom self tapes. So self tapes are really popular in the norm almost now. So you don't have to do, the hustle and bustle that it is to go to an audition, driving down LA streets all the time to catch an audition and just come in slate and then go home. Like, you will drive an hour to get to a certain studio, get there real quick, and then, all right, come in, slate your name, and okay, thank you very much, and you go home like, nah, what? Like, I was working, do it all, did my makeup, all that to come through. So now you can just do it from the comfort of your home. Not to say that's a cheating way.
Nah, but
but it just kind of makes it easier to audition for more stuff. When it's time to shoot the film, you got to obviously show up on set.
I don't know if you know, but I'm an actor as well. So in Atlanta, that's life. That's the way of life. So the first round is self-tape, and then when you get the call back, you go in. You know what I mean, for your go-see. On a callback. So yeah, that's way of life. I got my whole setup here. I do my own stuff because I got tired of paying people. It's a big business out here with like all these self-taping studios.
Okay.
And then think about it. If you got 4 auditions in a week and they charge you $20 for the first hour or for the first 15 minutes, and then it's X amount after. Listen, that adds up.
You get you a little thing. Look at that, man. I got what you got. You know what I mean? I got a little.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, man, I got my little lights. This is my garage. I'm still moving, y'all, but I got my little lights set up.
Yep.
Yeah, man.
That's how you got to do it. I got the green, I got the blue, I got black, I got white.
Yeah.
You got.
I got a couple different. Let me see. Am I still on there? Yeah, there we go.
Hey, are you on Are you on Actors Access? Are you signed up with Actors Access?
I sure am. Yep.
Yes, indeed.
I'm on Actors Access. Khalid Freeman.
What about Casting Network?
I'm on LA, Casting Networks, because that's what clear. Yeah, Casting Networks.
Yeah, Casting Networks. They do a lot of commercials. And
I'm on Frontier. Casting Frontier, I want to say.
Yeah. Yep.
So I got like 3, man. I'm paying that annual membership. You know what I mean? So somebody book a brother, man. Let me get with them commercials.
Brother got to recoup.
Yeah, I got to recoup these funds. I mean, it's not that expensive, like you said, like how it used to be, I'm sure, back in the day. Maybe it's the time is right to get into it, like, not only financially, but let's just say being black in America is good right now.
Right.
As an actor, you know what I mean? We getting our shot, we getting our chances. If you remember, just yesterday, the Oscars, or 2 days ago, we came home with a lot of weight. Yeah. A lot of gold in the hand. You know what I mean?
I think, and that happened with the Grammys too, man. So it's like, they feeling it. They feeling it. They know they got to do better, and they trying. They trying to show us a little.
Well, hey, man, good luck to you, man, and keep doing it. Like, I didn't know you pursuing it like that. That's props, and man, let's keep in touch, man. Maybe we can give me some advice. We can share.
Yeah, for sure,
forth, man.
For sure.
I mean, we all got to eat, man. And at the end of the day, it's about telling the story. And if you can tell the story better than me, the story's going to be told. And I want you to tell the story. I want people to see this work, man.
Yes.
Because I thought Hollywood was all fake and all that. Like, it's a lot of quality stuff out there and a lot of good messages that, I'm not saying we shouldn't watch TV and get rid of your computers and get rid of your iPhone. Like, I know a lot of it can be a waste of mental time, space, right?
Yeah.
We got to make sure we pray and that we give thanks to God, and that's the first thing we do. But like, I know that depending on what you watch on TV, you can get something good out of it. You know what I mean? Yeah. Just like back in the day, we only had about 6 channels on my TV, so there was no binge watching Netflix, all you can eat, all you can, the buffet of content.
Right.
Now it's just overwhelming, but there's stuff to be told in these especially these Black stories, man. We need to tell our story. So
absolutely, man. Absolutely. It's so much out there, but there's so much opportunity now, with all these indie films and stuff, like, indie film houses, I should say. Just and then being able to put it out yourself too. Like, you can get your stuff on Netflix, on Amazon. You know what I mean? On Hulu.
Yeah.
You can put it on there. You don't have to be a major motion picture to have your stuff on there. So it's just so much opportunity. So yeah, brother, keep doing your thing. I'll definitely keep in touch with you. We can exchange numbers when we get off air or whatever. And I'd love to keep in touch with you about that, man. It's all about community, for real.
There you go.
For sure.
Each one teach one. Each one teach one, man.
Exactly.
We do a pledge in the elementary school. We teach K through 12. Well, not always. Well, we can do all ages, but we do a lot of workshops, arts education with Molati. So one of the 3 things we do, not only the live performance, the big, production show, we do corporate events, and then we do arts education. We teach a lot of kids a pledge, good, better, best. Never let it rest until your good is better, until your better is best. And that's something we preach and we say over and over, because we really want kids to understand that they're going to fail. They're going to do things wrong the first time, but you just got to pick yourself up and try again and keep on working at something. And life isn't always going to go as planned, right? So if you're learning how to step, if you're learning how to, write an essay, if you're learning how to do certain things like good, better, best, never let it rest until your good is better and your better is best. So I don't know why I'm saying that, but it got on a tangent, but that's the pledge we give to our kids,
Yeah, man. Yeah, they got
community, man. Community.
Because nowadays these kids, boy, they get so discouraged quickly. It's crazy out here, man. It's crazy. But you know what though? They're under a lot of pressure, and it's up to us to basically show them better, to teach them better.
Yeah.
They listen, but they're under a lot of pressure with all the social media and all the images, all the imagery that they're seeing, and a lot of this stuff ain't even real. They don't know the difference. They can't differentiate entertainment from real life. Who's capping,
and who's lying to you?
Yeah, man. So
there's. I mean, even as adults, we get bamboozled, man. We like, what? Oh, so that don't really exist. Oh man, I thought that. Whatever. So it's crazy to figure this out, man. Bringing kids into this world. We got to get tough skin, man. We got to learn how to think for ourselves and not be, sheep, cattle, whatever, into like the what everybody's doing, man. And if we can kind of think critically and really, I don't know how to differentiate, just be, constructive and critical when you decide what you want out of your life, man. These kids are being hit against the head with so many different ways, but they got to be coachable too, man. Once again, they got to know how to listen to their elders and respect your elders, man. I'm going through this with some kids now, man. I'm like, come on now, that's your mama.
Right.
Your mama ain't gonna try to steer you wrong. She gonna love you to the day you and your daddy's gonna love you, man. Your parents are there. Or if they're not there, whatever, there's people that love you that are around you. And if you just give them the benefit of the doubt, stop challenging everything you hear. I can do it. I don't have to do that. I'm like, okay, the real world is right out. It's right there. It's right outside the door.
Right.
And once you grow up and you get older, you might understand that we was trying to guide you in the right way. But yeah, man, it's not easy, man. There's no blueprint, because we grew up in different times, and our daddies they was teaching us the challenges that they were facing at the time.
Yep.
And now there's this new, like, global warming. There's all kinds of like conspiracy, like vaccines, all like how we gonna teach them the right and the wrong. And yeah, sorry, I can talk all day, man. You better cut me off. Matter of fact, I don't even know what time it is, but I gotta break my fast. So I'm gonna drink some water here. It's just
man, that's 11:10, man. We've been on here for an hour and 10 minutes. We were talking 30 minutes. Listen, I told you when the conversation gets good, right. I ain't stopping you. So yeah, we did that.
All right, cool, man. Sorry.
Nah, but it's all love, man. I appreciate you coming on. Hey, everybody, make sure you check out Khalid and all that he's doing. Follow him on Instagram, Khalid Freeman. Also, drop your websites again so they can go check you out. The websites are in the link, but go ahead and drop those things, man.
It's soulclapfitness.com. It's the way it sounds, soulclapfitness.com, and khalidfreeman.com. And actually Moladi Live, MOLODILIVE, Moladi Live. So that's all my companies and my individual platforms. So, and then on Instagram, I only got Instagram and Facebook. So I don't do Skype. What they call it?
Yeah, I don't do all that other stuff either. Twitter. All that other,
Twitch. And there's too many. Yeah. Yeah. I'm like, who watching video games? Okay. Yeah. Right. Check me out, y'all, man. I appreciate it. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Hey, and listen, on his website, he does have workout videos that you can purchase. So if you're working from home, you're not getting to the gym, you can do it in the comfort of your home. And this stuff is unique. Soul Clap Fitness, y'all. Soul Clap Fitness. Check him out. Check it out. Support black business. Support independence. Support small business. All that. Just support. All right. Hey, listen. Thank you guys for tuning in. Every Tuesday night, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'll be kicking it with another guest. You never know who I might have. So y'all tune in. Tell a friend to come back and see your boy again. KoolKard. We out, y'all. Thanks, Khalid. Appreciate you stopping through, kicking it with me, man.
Thank you. No doubt, man. Much love. Respect.
Yes. Blessings to the family, to the little one on the way, to the marriage, to the home, to all the things that come for you, man. God bless you, brother. And we out of here.
Peace till next time.
We out.